This is episode 77. Did you know that words are the basis for everything you want to sell and promote online? If you're struggling to get your posts read by people, or if you want to improve your ads, then copy is something that you must master. In this episode, I will give you my 6 easy copywriting tips that you can follow today for all types of online copy you have. Welcome to the Calm Marketer Podcast. My name is Kenneth Fong, a digital marketer on a mission to help businesses thrive. I'll bring you on my marketing journey where you'll get to learn from my experiences as an INFP navigating an extroverted world and get actionable marketing tips for your business. Thanks for spending some time with me today. Now let's begin. Happy first day of February. I can't believe we are already on the second month of 2021. Time is just flying so fast and things are getting completed. And I want to start off February with some copywriting tips. So if you write blog articles, if you write content for websites, if you do SEO, if you do any type of copywriting, writing Facebook ads, Google ads, copy is really the essential thing that is on the web, right? Everyone who browses the web reads. So copy is so important. And I never really realized that until I would say less than a year ago. When I read Copywriting Secrets by Jim Edwards, that's when I really understood the importance of copywriting. Before that, I knew it was important, but I never really put too much effort into it until I read Expert Secrets. So now I want to share my knowledge with you to help you write better copy for anything. So if it's blog posts, emails, social media posts, ad copy, sales letters, this episode is for you, and you definitely should listen to everything because I'll be sharing with you my 6 copywriting tips. So with that said, the first tip is to write like you talk. A lot of the times when you type words, sometimes you type in a different way than if you were to speak those words out. And I can honestly tell you that I was building out an affiliate site and I didn't read my copy. And when I read it, it felt so robotic and it didn't flow whatsoever. And when it doesn't flow, it's really hard for people to understand what you are trying to say. So make sure that when you write anything, make sure you read everything out loud. It might sound a little weird when you read your words, but it really goes a long way into making sure that everything that you type is being read very easily by others by making sure that it's kind of like if you're speaking to them. And the second tip is to use short sentences. Never use long sentences. I would probably shoot for maybe 6 to 12 words per sentence. There is a really, really good free tool called Hemingway. Hemingway, if you just Google it, the Hemingway app allows you to type in your words on this website, and it will pinpoint all of the long sentences, telling you to shorten them. So make sure your sentences are super short. And the third tip is to write to one person, not to many. So when you speak to others, or when you, for example, write a headline, you might be tempted to say, this widget helps these types of people, or these types of people have benefited from this widget, That's really bad because you want to speak to one person. So you could probably say something like, this widget will help you increase your sales by 25%, or increase your sales today by using this widget, right? So speak to one person, not to many. The fourth tip is to use an active voice. Now, this is something that I actually struggle with all the time. I am very prone to using passive voice in my copy. And if you use the Hemingway app, it'll tell you whenever you are using the passive voice. And in many cases, I find it so hard to change my passive sentences into active sentences. Like, it takes me a lot of time to figure out how to use active words and use active sentences. So make sure you use the Hemingway app to make sure all of your sentences are active voice. So what does that mean? So first, a passive voice could be something like, Ken wrote the blog article. That's passive. Active is Ken writes the blog article. That's active, right? So make it in active voice. It's just easier to read. And the fifth tip is don't use big words. So make everything super, super simple, right? Follow that KISS method. Keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. That's what my high school teacher said. Follow the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. So KISS, and make sure every word that you use is easy and doesn't make people have to think about what that word means. Because if people have to think, then that's a bad sign. Now, the last and final copywriting tip I have for you today is to write for skimmers. Now, for most people, including myself, I don't really read everything verbatim, word for word. I scroll, I skim through things. I kind of get the general gist of the article. And I rarely ever read every single word in a blog article. And that's the majority of people out there. So, how do you write for skimmers? First thing that you should be doing is write a lot of subheadings, right? So if you have an article that explains, about a particular topic, make sure you have a lot of subheadings that you can better structure your article, and it gives you a lot more organized way of explaining your topic, and it gives people a better idea of what the article is about by reading those subheadings. So make sure you use a lot of subheadings. And the second thing that you could do to write for skimmers is to use takeaway lines to sum up the biggest takeaway for each section of your post. So what does that mean? At the end of each section, write a line that talks about the takeaway of that particular section. So it could just be an overarching summary of what the bottom line is, right? That way, skimmers could get the overall gist without reading every single word. So add a little, like a section at the bottom of each section, and also at the bottom of each blog article, the main takeaway or the bottom line that you want them to take away with. So at the end of each section, at the end of each article, have a few lines that give the overall takeaway topic, the overarching gist of what you just mentioned in that section or blog article. All right, so hopefully these 6 easy copywriting tips are helpful for you. These are really easy to implement. They are not rocket science. And if you implement these, you definitely will make your blog articles, your emails, your posts, your ad copy, your sales letters much easier to read and consume. And if it's easier to read and consume, that means you will be capturing more people encouraging them to follow you and ultimately buy whatever service or product you are selling. So focus on copywriting and you will be well on your way to being very successful online. So with that said, I will speak to you on the next episode.